The Battle of Hobkirk's Hill, April 25th, 1781, is the worst 18th century victory you'll ever hear about. So buckle up, folks, because this story is one of the most awkward battle stories of the American Revolutionary War. Picture this: General Nathanael Greene, America's budget-friendly George Washington, is out here trying to liberate the South. Meanwhile, British General Lord Francis Rawdon, a guy whose name screams villain in a Jane Austen novel, decides to flex his redcoat muscles in Camden, South Carolina. What unfolds is the kind of victory where you win the game but lose your wallet, car keys, and dignity on the way home. By spring 1781, Nathanael Greene was living the broke hero stereotype. His troops were underfed, undersupplied, and probably daydreaming about steak dinners and functional shoes. But Greene was a strategic genius. His idea? Harass the British enough that they'd eventually pack up and leave. Kind of like your annoying neighbor blasting karaoke at midnight until you move. Greene decided to camp out on Hobkirk's Hill, a spot north of Camden. It gave him a great vantage point to watch the British and maybe sneak a few selfies with their troop formations. Meanwhile, Lord Rawdon, the British commander in Camden, was clinging to the area like it was the last Twinkie in the apocalypse. With only 900 men to Greene's 1,400, Rawdon knew his best bet was to attack fast before reinforcements arrived. On April 25th, Rawdon launched a surprise attack. And by surprise, I mean the kind of surprise where someone yells "boo" while you're in the bathroom. Greene's scouts had one job, and somehow failed to notice an entire army sneaking up on them. The British charged up the hill, and Greene's men were like, "Oh no, we weren't ready for this." But despite the chaos, the Patriots held their ground. At first, Greene had set up his troops in two lines. The front line to take the brunt of the attack, and the second line to provide backup. Then drama hit. The leader of the American right flank, Colonel John Gunby, made a fatal mistake. One of his regiments was struggling, so he ordered them to retreat and regroup. But in the confusion, his entire line just left. Yep, they straight up pieced out like someone yelled, "Free tacos at the base!" Rawdon's troops took full advantage, charging through the gap like kids on Black Friday. Greene tried to rally his men, but it was too late. The Patriots were forced to retreat, leaving behind their camp and supplies. The aftermath: a win that feels like a loss. So technically the British won. Rawdon and his men held the battlefield, which is like winning a Monopoly game while all your hotels are mortgaged. The British suffered heavy casualties, losing about 250 men, more than a quarter of their force. Meanwhile, Greene's army lost about 270 but managed to regroup and stay active in the campaign. Here's the kicker: Rawdon's victory, quote unquote, didn't change much. Camden was still a logistical nightmare, and the British were running out of resources and allies. A month later, Rawdon abandoned Camden altogether, effectively conceding the region to Greene's forces. The legacy? The most reluctant winner ever. The Battle of Hobkirk's Hill is remembered as a perfect example of how winning a battle doesn't mean winning the war. Greene's strategy of attrition worked. He didn't need flashy victories, he just needed to keep the British chasing their tails until they got tired and went home. As for Rawdon, his victory was so hollow it could have been an infomercial. He left Camden feeling like the kid who brought cupcakes to class, only to realize it was pizza day. The hilarious spin? A comedy of errors indeed. Let's break it down, shall we? Greene's scouts were like, bro, we didn't see them. Trees are like hard to see through. Gunby's retreat was like, guys, I said step back, not run for the hills. Rawdon's victory speech, maybe it was something like, we won. Wait, why does this feel bad? The battle is like that time you threw a house party and everyone left early because you ran out of snacks. Sure, you technically hosted it, but was it really a success? And that, my friends, is the Battle of Hobkirk's Hill, a tale of miscommunication, overconfidence, and the world's saddest win. If there's a moral here, it's that war isn't always about who wins, it's about who learns to take the loss and keep moving. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button if you think Greene deserved better scouts. Until next time, keep laughing at history, because if you're not, you're probably crying about it. Peace out.